This is Chris and Graham from the podcast.
Now, before we get started with the podcast, we just want to say a little something regarding George Floyd's murder.
When we set out to make a podcast, we didn't want to make it political. Having seen the events from around the world in recent times, particularly in the USA, we feel we've got to make a point here.
We're both absolutely and utterly appalled and disgusted by the actions of those in power. The murder of a black citizen by police officers, a public service designed to serve and protect, who we put our trust in, and they go do stuff like this. The continued harassment of innocent people based on the colour of their skin.
We hope none of our listeners are the sort that condone this sort of behaviour. And frankly, we'd rather you had nothing to do with the podcast if you do.
We just find this behaviour and discrimination abhorrent and hope you agree with us.
So let's just make this really simple for you.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Welcome to Confusions of a 30-something. I'm Chris Walker, and I'm now 34.
I'm Graham Glossop, and I'm secretly Minnie Cooper. First off, I just want to wish you a happy birthday for last week. And how was it anyway? How was your birthday? What did you get up to?
Thanks, mate. It was a mostly pretty decent day, to be honest. Sunshine, beers, massive Moroccan takeaway, and a card from a Scouse drag queen.
Yes, I'm looking forward to you explaining this one, mate. Should we just delve straight into it and crack on, yeah?
Yeah, let's get on with the saga.
So, myself and all our followers, all our hundreds of them, we would have seen that there was a bit of a little mix-up with your birthday card. You messaged me, you told me what had happened, and, I was looking and reading what you'd sent me, and I was confused. So, God knows what was running through your confused head at the time. Can you just explain again to me and to everyone else, your birthday, this birthday card, and what had happened with Moonpig?
Right, so I'll give you a bit of a quick play-by-play. So, birthday morning, I've made it down to the dining room, having a proper birthday banquet of Cheerios. I got a text message from my brother saying, has the card arrived? I was like, no, mate, not yet. He went a bit sweary with his response because he'd ordered it a couple of weeks ago. So no sooner had I got his reply, there's a big heavy knock at the door. And it was a courier with a large pink box with Moonpig written on the side. So I just texted back, said, oh, it's here. So went back, finished my Cheerios like a king, living like Henry VIII on my birthday.
With Cheerios.
Off-brand Waitrose Cheerios, mate. They might be Waitrose, but they're still like the £1.20 version. Opened the box, and the first thing I saw in it was a plant-your-own cactus kit.
Have you always what?
Which I thought, that's a bit weird, because I hate plants. I just don't do plants whatsoever. And there was a card. I'm thinking, I'm sure it's going to be something offensive. It's my brother. I'm going to get twat or prick or something like that all over it, or everyone thinks you're a knobhead or something like what I expect from my brother.
Yeah,
really.
Brotherly banter.
Yeah. On the front of the card was a collage of black and white photos of a drag queen. Oh, bit weird. Open it up, and inside there's a message. Dear Shaun, happy birthday from the prettiest, most talented, most famous, best DJ and drag queen in Liverpool and the Kingdom. From international soap star, Strictly Come, ex-Dancing on Ice superstar, Get Me Out of Here, Minnie Cooper, Kiss Kiss.
Cue confusion.
I just thought for a minute, has he really gone off-piste with his card as a sort of wind-up and I don't get the joke? And I texted him, I was is this what you said? And it was he was fucking livid, weren't he? Because it wasn't him. After I took the picture, it was no, it's fucking not. I don't fucking believe this. Blah, 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 like he does. I thought it's okay, I'm going to have to find this Minnie Cooper who we found on Twitter. My brother also found her at the same time, so we both tweeted her shown her what had happened. I think she was under the impression that multiple people had got this Shaun's card. So if you're out there, Shaun, belated happy birthday from Minnie. I hope it was a great one, mate, and I'm sure that a shout-out on this little podcast that you'll probably never listen to in your entire life will be, there to make it all worth it.
No,
but I am keeping your card. Let's just make that clear.
It's a great souvenir.
It is a great souvenir. I'm keeping that. So yeah, it was off to a bit of an ominous start, I suppose. Thing is, something had actually happened before that. So, woke up, and girlfriend rolls, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. Right, close your eyes, I'm going to go and get your presents. I'm like, okay. And there were 2 big boxes placed next to me on the bed. And she said, this one goes with that one. I'm thinking, what on earth has she bought me? These big boxes. One that goes with the other. I was like, I mentioned maybe getting some new headphones for recording and stuff like that. Couldn't think of anything else she could have got me that would vaguely fit these boxes. I mean, they were too big for headphones, obviously. Anyway, I open it up. Replacement Nintendo 64, which I've been on about getting for a while. Because I like my old sort of retro games and old consoles and stuff. Yeah. I've still got a Master System too.
Nice.
I'm a 21st century guy, honest. So, brilliant, I could play GoldenEye again. Thinking, what's going with it? She bought me like a box of games or something. Has she gone mental? Open it up. It's a Nintendo 64 again.
Two of them.
I'm like, do you not understand how multiplayer works? So it turned out what she does, she tried to get me a replacement one on eBay. And very briefly, she thought, this one's cheaper, we can sell the other one on. Which I don't think it even ended up being any cheaper anyway. So we've now got 2 N64s, but here's the kicker. Thought, right, between these 2 new ones and my existing one that's broken, I'm going to work out which bits of it work the best and assemble like one reliable console.
One Super Nintendo 64.
Yeah, it'd be like the Optimus Prime of second-hand Nintendo 64s.
Yes, yeah.
Just a composite of beauty for playing Zelda. And I plugged mine in, and it started fucking working again.
So the one that was the original one that was buzzed, and you wanted to get the replacement for, was redundant because it was working again.
It was working again.
Oh my god, confused.
We had a little play on this racing game that came with it. It was like a Formula 1 game. And I was obviously being really helpful and mansplaining it to death, which definitely didn't wind her up. But she actually got stuck on a corner and she just kept sort of power spinning it every time because she wasn't trying to set off like slowly in an F1 car. So she just kept spinning around on the sandbag all the time. And I was there lapping her, trying to come up behind her and absolutely like bash her car off the track anytime she came back on.
She wasn't even letting you win, was she? Because it was your birthday.
She might have been letting me win, but I'd have still been a complete dick about it anyway.
Of course.
I'm not a nice person to play games with. Probably because I'm not that good anyway. So that just means I'm even more competitive.
They're just for fun anyway, aren't they? A bit of N64. A bit of that nostalgia feeling, innit? Reminds you of the good times.
Exactly. There is one game I've got a little bit of an issue with, by the way. And I think this is quite an accessible subject to anyone. Mario Kart.
Love Mario Kart.
I can't work out whether I like it or hate it because it punishes you for winning.
How does it punish you for winning?
Because if you're at the front or you're second or something, you know for a fact you're going to get that shitty tortoise shell that doesn't even home in on anything.
Are you talking about the green one or the red one?
Is it the green one that just goes straight and bounces off?
Yeah.
Basically,
that's the green one.
It's more or less useless, isn't it? For being honest, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, it's a bit of chance if you happen to bump into it, but
yeah. Whereas if you've got, you can be at the back and you just get that big bullet thing that takes you up to first place. Well, that's just bullshit, isn't it? I've led this race for like led a 3-lap race for 2.9 laps and I fucking lost because it's felt sorry for someone else at the back. Don't feel fucking sorry for him. Not to that degree.
No, I love Mario Kart. It's a good game.
It's good if you're losing, don't get me wrong, but if you've actually like been winning and you've had one of those laps where you've not actually crashed off at any point, then it's a little bit I feel a bit despondent by that.
What a surprise, mate. I see what you're saying, because if you're at the front, you tend to get hit a lot by shells and get, beaten up or whatever it is. And then if you're at the back, you just get all the good stuff, don't you, from the boxes?
There was a little bit of an issue I'd like you to join in here. Social distancing. So we went to Kirkstall Abbey in Leeds.
Yeah.
It's not that far from you, is it? It's probably about halfway between me and you.
Yeah. It's around the corner.
Give or take. Looks quite nice from a distance. And then we got there. It's a scorching summer day. Thought, it'd be nice to sit out for a bit. And it was just full of idiots. That's the best way I could describe it. Like, they got adults meeting each other in couples. Fair enough if you keep your distance. But then they've got their kids playing together. Like, properly together, not distancing. So you might as well be licking each other's arses. If you like, your kids are running around and touching each other and wrestling and all the rest, like kids do. And then the best thing I saw, I say best, very sarcastically, there were 3 women, I would say, about 60 years old, 55, 60, that sort of age. They obviously didn't live together because they're all saying bye. As in, bye-bye, love to see you again. What did they do? Say bye to each other? Hug and kiss.
Seriously, they hugged and kissed.
Seriously, hugged and kissed to say goodbye to each other during a fucking pandemic.
Yeah, that would have wound me up, that.
After that, I thought, I need to leave. I can't be dealing with this death bomb around me for the day on my birthday. So I ended up going to... Yeah, pandemic death bomb birthday. Yeah. So basically, birthday summed up, ended up playing GoldenEye quite a lot and drinking some beers. It was alright.
Sounds like a normal day in furlough life.
Well, that is basically your life, isn't it?
That is my life. Drinking...
Have you got...
I was say just drinking beers and watching TV, playing a few games.
Growing beards by the looks of it.
Growing beards and massive fake afros. I'll actually look like Toad right now.
I think you look... I'm trying to think who you remind me of at the moment. I don't know. You look like someone who's like worked in IT for about 30 years.
Bloody hell.
IT beard.
I usually get, if I've got my tash and stuff, I say I look like a Mexican or something, or like a 70s porn star, something like that.
Oh, yeah, you almost look like a vicar or something like that. Or like Jeff from Biker Grove, but with a bit of Filipino going on.
Oh, that just sounds seedy.
How weird the furlough leaf. We mentioned birthdays because we said we might make this a bit of a broad theme for the episode, yeah? Because obviously confusions of a 30-something, 30s is a bit of a life change, isn't it? With birthdays then, what's changed the most for you about having a birthday?
What has changed for me the most by having a birthday? I suppose it's the excitement, isn't it? That's what it is that's changed.
Or lack thereof.
Exactly, yeah. Well, like I said, as a kid, you start off, you're excited. It's almost like a second Christmas, isn't it? You wake up, you run, you want your presents. You get loads of presents. You get loads of cards. You get money. You get treats. You get everything you've wished for from Argos. Like the Home Alone walkie-talkie pen, whatever it was. Or that voice recorder. I always wanted that as a kid. Never got it.
Did you? Oh, the Talk Boy.
The Talk Boy, that's it, yeah.
That's it. They were the dogs.
I know, I wanted one.
I never had one either.
It's because they had a voice changer on it. It had like 3 modes. And so it was like the height of technology at the time. What happened to that cactus that you got?
I just had a look because I didn't even know where I put it, and it turns out it's on the shelf. So the long and short of it is, nothing's happened with it. So
Have you taken it out of the box?
Briefly,
Is it seeds or just an actual?
It looks like some sort of bag of soil with a plastic cup in it. When they said like grow your own cactus kit, I was expecting, one of those like porcelain clowns where you like grow a novelty cactus cock out of it or something.
Yeah.
Like have his baggy trousers. What even that?
Ah, yeah, a bit crude for Moonpig, isn't it? That.
Yeah, Moonpig's gifts are crap, by the way. I've noticed that. They've hardly got anything.
Nah, I'm a funky pigeon kind of guy, mate. They never go wrong, then.
I haven't used them in years.
We're not, by the way, advertising either of these, by the way, or sponsored. We're just talking about them.
Actually, yeah, come to think of it, fucking sponsor us. I know we're going to give you a good kick in, Moonpig, for fucking stuff up, but Funky Pigeon, this is your opportunity to reach up to 25 people. Just pay us on clicks. Once we get to 1,000 in, I promise, only 2 episodes time, then get sponsoring us. Beer 52 sponsor everyone else. Why don't you start muscling in on the old podcast patch?
Yeah, Funky Pigeon. We will milk this mistake by the pig.
Yeah.
For as long as it takes and get you back up there again, flying high.
We will
flying high with Clintons.
Through our negative reviews, we can disrupt the infrastructure of Moonpig, your biggest competitor.
Yeah, we could do that, couldn't we? People sending you bad experiences with the pig, the flying Moonpig.
Yeah, everyone tell us about why Moonpig are shit, or why Funky Pigeon are better, and we'll spread the word. There you go, Funky Pigeon. The endorsement's waiting, isn't it?
Didn't you say your brother had a story as well about another Moonpig fail?
Yeah. So after we had that little debacle with us, he showed me a card which had been ordered for his friend's mum. Now, his friend's mum, like me, didn't get the card that was ordered for them, but she did get a card with a picture of a boy on the front. And it said something along the lines of, "Happy birthday, Mum. Love your gorgeous tits," on it.
What? Slightly incestuous there, Moonpig.
Yeah.
That's going on the blackboard.
Again, Moonpig. So if you want to use our promo code, visit www.funkypigeon.com/confusionsof30. You'll get no discount because we are not currently being endorsed by funkypigeon.com. We're also not endorsed by Beer 52 like every other fucker with a podcast.
We're not endorsed by anyone. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah, we're not endorsed by anyone.
If somebody wants to, go for it.
Yeah, if someone wants to sponsor us, that'd be great. Or put our name for sponsorship.
Even if it's 50p a week, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Key thing with birthdays are milestones, aren't they? So 16, 18, 21... 30, and then it's just every 10 years, I suppose, from then, is it?
Anything actually matters. I'm trying to think. I don't remember anything about my 16th at all. I don't know what I did or anything. 18th, I remember drinking a triple absinthe and being the first one to have to go home, probably by like 11 o'clock.
I think that's standard practice on an 18th.
18th birthday bravado. Yeah, that wasn't great. I think a drug dealer came up to me in town at some point. "Hey man, you sorted?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine, thanks, mate. How are you?" Not realising, "Oh, you sorted?" I mean, "Do you want to buy some pills?" I had a right tit on myself, I think, that night. Yeah, 18 and 21 was just like you go and get absolutely battered drunk sort of birthdays, aren't they? Well, they are in the UK anyway, for people who drink. But after that, I mean, 30th is meant to be a milestone.
30th is a big one.
I worked.
You worked on your 30th?
I worked, and I was living in Norwich around none of my friends and family. So boring. My tea for my 30th birthday was an M&S lasagna.
Bloody hell, mate. You know how to push the boat out, don't you?
Properly pushed the boat out and treated myself. I just had some drinks and stuff over that weekend. Nothing mental, but I remember Mum and Dad came down like a couple of days later. I think my birthday was on the Friday and they came down Monday. So I've just had 3 days of drinking and eating rubbish. The last thing I need is to like go out for a meal and have some drinks right now.
I think you
go
grow up
Jamie
too
Oliver's
soon.
chain restaurant in Norwich.
But yeah, I think my 16th, I had a party. It was in like some kind of Scouts youth hall or something like that.
Pop and crisps.
Pop crisps. I think there was beer and stuff there as well, by the sounds of things. So a few people did get a bit pissed. Can't really remember too much about it apart from that. I think I had a bloody slow dance to The Scientist, because I think that's when that came out.
The Scientist?
The Scientist by Coldplay.
Oh my God.
I know.
Was that with your dear lady, love of your life, or whatever at the time that it would have been when you're 16?
Probably, yeah, my second girlfriend. I don't know what you can call it, but
you call it a girlfriend. I think that's, yeah, I've been a bit facetious.
16, and then 18th. I had another party, but that was at the Stars, and I think you attended that one, didn't you?
I did. I remember very, very well certain bits of the night, but I think you ought to tell them. Well, the bits you remember.
Well, this is the problem, because I've got a terrible memory, and I was that wankered that I don't really remember much of it. And like you on your 18th, I was the first person to leave my 18th as well.
You were. I remember, because I carried you down the stairs.
Good man.
Literally 10 flights of stairs, me and Jess carried you down like a soldier on a stretcher.
Well, I was skinny back then, so I was just a bag of bones, so I couldn't have been that heavy. But I mean, all I remember from that, because obviously it was the college days, so I think all the college lads were there, yourself included, a few school friends. My driving instructor came, because I was close with my driving instructor, because he was a fucking druggie. No, he was full on mad. He'd like be on a come down or something, and he like picked me up for a driving lessons, and he never taught me to drive. He just went, just, you know, when you do your test, just look at your mirror every now and again, and just like twitch your head just to make it. Don't actually look at the mirror, just move your head.
Did you have to take lessons with somebody else afterwards so you could pass?
Yeah, I didn't pass with him. He's a cool guy. I mean, if I was still in touch with him now, it'd probably be a good laugh, but.
I remember one thing about your driving instructor that you told me. He got you a rather special birthday present for your party, didn't he?
Oh, he did indeed. He got me my first stripper.
If I remember rightly, your first stripper, she wasn't exactly 21, was she?
No, things did doff south, as Partridge would say.
She was, what, middle-aged? Shall we say, nicely?
She was a bit middle-aged and...
50?
Yeah, she had no support. Naked.
That's what I remember. It was like a standard whipped cream out of a spray can kind of job. All over in about a minute.
Yeah, I was sat on a chair, weren't I? I had all my family there. I think my sister was there, my dad, my uncles. They were loving it.
That was
they
quite
were probably
weird, watching your mum watching you have a stripper while a stripper squatted over your face.
I wasn't looking at my mum at the time, but
I was like the teacher from Ferris Bueller. So that's what it's like in their family.
It was bad. But I mean, I think I was fine at that point. I remember we'd all gone through like a litre of Jack Daniels as well, between us, and there weren't that many of us, and that was in a short amount of time. And the reason I got so fucked up and I left so early was because I went into the toilets and I saw a couple of the lads with a cigarette in the hand. So I went up and grabbed this cigarette and took the biggest drag ever. I was like, hey, we're all cool here, aren't we? Inhaling for 30 seconds. Turns out it wasn't a cigarette, was it?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was what you call a college cigarette.
Yeah. And I had no idea. That's how drunk I was. Anyway, pulled a whitey, basically. Passed out. And then that's when you came to my aid, to my rescue.
I remember at the time I had a new flip phone. So obviously I had like a fairly primitive camera on it because we're in our 30s now, so this would have been, what, 2002, 2003, somewhere back there?
Yeah, around that time.
2004, maybe. I remember you retching in the toilet, and you're absolutely paralytic. You barely knew where you were. And me and Jess carried you down like 10 flights of stairs to lay you on the floor of a taxi. And I think the first 3 taxis wouldn't take you.
Well, I was told that my mate's dad actually carried me to bed, apparently, because he was like the strongest guy there. And he physically just, like, you know, he was taking me to a marital bed. He was just like carrying me and just lobbed me in it. And then that's it. That's it, done. That's all I remember from that 18th. It was a good party, though, by the sound of things. Everyone had a good time after I left.
That's like most parties, mate. You've had a good time when you've left.
That's when the party can really start, when I'm gone. 21. I think I just went out around Sheffield with the lads, got pissed. Nothing special, no venue that time round. And then 30th, I was in Thailand. And bloody hell, that was a story. I was lucky I even made it to Thailand, if I'm being honest.
Is this when you had a disease of some sort?
I didn't have a disease. What are you on about? You're literally just making stuff up here.
I had like hepatitis or something.
No. What are you on about?
Might have confused you with another deviant that I know. What happened with Thailand? I thought I knew this story. Maybe not.
No, that wasn't even in the show notes. There's nothing in the notes about hepatitis. So basically, my 30th, it started off with a meal, friends, family. We just had a bit of tapas, everyone there. And I knew a few of the lads that worked there. So they were like sorting me out with like shots and making it special and drinks, that kind of thing. So, you know, chicken wings, meatballs, patatas bravas, I believe.
Love
that's some good stuff.
Roast potatoes and a sort of smoky tomato sauce, yeah?
Yeah, bit of paprika.
Yeah.
So that was like stage 1. Stage 2 was the common room in Sheffield. So it's like a pool hall. So we had a private area. Yeah. You say private area, it was just a velvet rope.
Just a pool table, basically.
Yeah, with a piece of rope around it. So nothing private about that. And I'd made this little pass the parcel thing, and I'd gone to Ann Summers and picked up these like little forfeits because I wanted to put them in. Okay. So each layer had a forfeit and a dare, and then in the middle was just like a little prize, like a little miniature of vodka or whatever. So after we had a few drinks, we gathered around the pool table, put a bottle in the middle, and we spun it. Whoever it landed on had to unwrap the parcel. Yeah. And they were just stupid, you know, girly hen party stuff like undo a guy's shirt with just your teeth from the buttons, from the neck down, or do a shot out of a belly button, that kind of thing. So we did that. Got pissed. Somebody actually brought me a bottle of Sailor Jerry's or some kind of spiced rum. I was a bit sneaky with that as well, so I used to kind of look around behind my shoulder, make sure none of the bar staff were looking, like top everyone's drinks up. So that got the party going and pissed. And this is only like, I don't know, say around 11, 12.
Yeah.
But what I've not mentioned was that in 3 hours' time, 3 a.m., I was getting picked up to go to the airport to fly to Thailand. Now, that was an error on my end because this was on a Saturday. I'll just paint a picture. It's Saturday, it's midnight. I had it in my head that we were flying Monday morning. Turned out we weren't. We were flying Sunday morning at 7 a.m.
Shit.
Yeah, so I fucked up big time. So Jess left at like 11, 12. She went home, had a sleep, and the plan was to pack the car and come back into town and pick me up around 3 a.m. so we could go to the airport and get the flight. Oh, God. So, yeah, so it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I've got this kebab in my hand. And Jess is ringing me non-stop, going, where are you, hurry up. I had loads of missed calls from her.
God.
And we'd arranged a car park to meet at, so I was nearly there. I was probably about 400 metres from the car park, but I'd come across someone being hit, basically, by a car, and there was a massive crowd. So I was just kind of like rubbernecking and looking over everyone's shoulders, what's going on over here, eating my chips and cheese and bloody fried chicken. And then Jess is ringing me. I'm like, what? She goes, where are you? I'm like, oh, someone's been hit, haven't they? I think they're going to die. So what are you doing? Get here now. We need to go. We're late. So anyway, jump in the car. About half an hour into the journey.
She was delighted, by the way.
Oh, yeah. She loved every minute of it.
Did you nearly end up single and sleeping in an airport terminal that day?
Well, during the car journey there, this is where she hates me even more, that I started to get a bit of a rumbling. I started to get a bit of sickness. So I wind the window down. I just throw up outside of the window at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And it all goes down the side of the car. And we didn't have any water because I'd already drank it all, trying to hydrate as much as possible. And but I managed to make it, only just though, because I got to the airport. Jess had a change of clothes for me. I had to have like a whole shower in the sink and try and freshen up and sober up, change my clothes. But I was just staggering. And
just
I remember
so you on the flight.
Just so, yeah. And then I remember one bit when we were walking towards the gate, I was like mooning people between like the glass. So they were coming into like arrivals and we were going into departures. And I was just there like mooning them. And I was, Jess was telling me about this and taking videos. And we got to the boarding gate and I was just like slumped on her. And she was pretty much carrying me. And then like when they took our boarding pass, the air stewardess was like, "Is he all right?" She was like, "Yeah, he's just really tired. He just needs a bit.
He's had
some
Valium.
sleep."
He's scared of flying.
I was told not to speak in case they could smell it, but I think they could smell the booze on me. I ended up sobering up on the flight, getting to Bangkok, and then celebrating my birthday and getting back on it again.
I'm surprised she let you even have a drink after that performance.
Well, that night it was my 30th, mate. You got to go all out.
Go big, go home.
Go big or go to Thailand and see some ladyboys. I weren't going to miss that, were I, for my 30th?
My 21st, I'm trying to think, it's probably not quite to the extremes of that, but it was bad enough. I remember we all dressed up as old men. We'd all got like granddad clothes from a charity shop. That's probably about as much as I remember. But the pictures the next day, Jesus Christ, because we'd ended up in a Reflex. Classy. Going to bloody Reflex. But that's when you could get like a double for £3.50. There's pictures of me dressed up as an old man with all these like genuinely old ladies. And there's like a picture of my other mate. It's got a dwarf sat on his shoulder. And I don't remember any of it. I don't remember any of that bit. I remember looking at the floor in like Takapuna. That was a shit from what I remember. Yeah, I remember looking at the floor in there, and I also remember being stood with my mate Rob looking at because Reflex had one of those light up dance floors, didn't it?
Yeah, it was across the road, wasn't it?
Just staring at the floor like, it's amazing. It was like Sunday afternoon when we went out. I think we like started at 12 and managed to get back in at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Standard. With these milestone birthdays as well, you know, the rite of passage, like a momentous moment of your life to celebrate, but you just get pissed and you can't remember it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's like, I'm going to make a big deal of it. It's not like making a big deal of it, but most people just go and ruin it anyway because they don't remember it.
They have the greatest birthday ever, and then you erase it from their memory.
Yeah, I seem to remember like at that sort of time when I had my birthday. It was like, Mum and Dad, what do you want for your birthday? Like, just give me some money because I'm going to go out and get battered. Like, I'll pay for my drinks for a bit. I think one of my mates bought me an Archers and lemonade as a joke drink on that one as well.
As a joke?
Yeah. Although, to be fair, probably just added to the rest of the stuff that I had. But I just remember thinking, who can drink this stuff? It's that sweet.
It was just pure sugar, isn't it?
It's nasty. Nasty stuff. I think Archers has died a death now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've come across that for a long time. Nobody has that.
Getting on the blue WKDs, mate. But, yeah. Just sticking with the theme of birthdays then. Are you at that point where you actually start getting concerns about getting older now?
Almost like you've got a fear of getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think to myself sometimes, like, where's the last, 33 years gone?
Yeah.
And that seems to have gone quite quick. In the next 33 years, I'm going to be 66. I just, it's ticking on now.
It's just creeping in now, bit by bit. I didn't have a cake, by the way.
You didn't?
You know me and cake, I just don't really see the point.
You don't see the point of a lot of things, but it makes a birthday. It's what birthdays are about. You've got to have cake on your birthday.
I think I did get some slice of cake that my, let's call her de facto mother-in-law, made for me with a candle shoved in it as a bit of a joke thing. But
this is all coming from the guy who thinks cake is just a slice of bread with sugar on it. No wonder you didn't have it. If you had a cake, it would just be a loaf.
You might as well just get some of that Blackpool milk roll with jam. That was treat bread when we were a kid. Blackpool milk roll.
Treat bread. I don't think you ever had that. I don't think so.
I very seldomly see it. It's basically just white bread, but I think it's soaked in milk when they make it. It's kind of semi-sweet, from what I remember. Sort of like circular shaped.
That sounds awful. No, I've definitely not had circle bread. No, that sounds awful. Forget about that.
I'm going to try and have a kebab sandwich with one. See if it'll fill the job of pizzas. So, right then. I think that's us done for this week. Don't you?
Yeah, we've had a long episode. Too many technicalities for what we should have. But yeah, anyway, please keep supporting us. Our handles on Twitter and Instagram are Confusions of a 30. That's Twitter and Instagram. So yeah, keep following us, keep liking us, keep sharing us, keep sending us comments and your thoughts and feedback. We appreciate all of that.
Yeah, like I said, we appreciate all the follows and stuff like that, but the more interacting with us you do, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, the better. We want to be able to start opening up topics and subjects and stuff with you. So, for those who are following us, start giving us some messages. I mean, we've got a massive bank of stuff to talk about, but give us stuff anyway.
Yeah, get
Simple
involved. Even the cat's getting involved
again now. Oh, fuck off upstairs. Right, on that note, everyone, so you stay safe.
I will stay confused.
Ta-ta.
See you later, everyone.